Welcome to Remelations. We're your hosts.
I'm Mindy.
And I'm Brooke. Remelations is a dream interpretation podcast where we read listeners' dreams. From nightmares to the just plain bizarre, join us as we give you our comedic interpretation of your fucked up REM cycle.
This week, I'm reading a dream from Billie that has to do with red beads, random guests at the door, and murderous teddy bears.
Ooh, okay. We also have some catnaps about bathtub sharks, birthday cake stabbings, carrots, and getting sent to hell.
Ooh, dangerous.
Yeah, very dangerous. We're also talking about comfort items or comfort objects used to calm and help us go to sleep, especially as young babies and toddlers.
All right, bestie, let's grab that comfy. Let's grab that lovey, and let's get started.
Woo! I love your jammy jams because I recognize those.
Yes,
Right?
They're very nice.
Very nice. If I could live in my pajamas, I'd never take them off.
I hear ya.
Are you guys having a blizzard there too?
Yeah, it just started snowing like, I don't know, an hour ago or so, but it's March.
Oh.
Mother Nature, stop. Just, it's enough. It's enough already.
Take
Stop being a bitch.
nap already. Take a fucking nap and relax, Mother Nature.
Let Mother Spring come along.
You're getting grumpy. She
I'm
needs
over
some
it.
chocolate.
I'm over it. Yeah, I know shit. And a nice glass of Chianti.
Chocolate and a glass of Chianti. We gotta give Mother Nature something.
Okay. I should probably take my dreams out. I'm just sitting here like staring into space. Okay. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm supposed to read something now.
Somebody said something to me today, like, do you see something? And I'm like, why? They're like, you were just like,
Staring.
I'm like, nope. I was just completely zoned out. Needed a mental
That's
break.
okay.
Yeah.
Sometimes your brain just shuts down like that, and it's okay to
Yes.
accept it.
It was only, it's okay to accept it. You're so sweet. Receive it. I receive it.
It needs a break. It's okay. Mother Nature needs a break from snow.
Mother Nature needs a break from fucking us over.
No shit. Alrighty. Well, if you're ready to get started, I have a dream today from Billie, and Billie is from Chicago. And I know you're wondering, it's Billie. I love
Thank you.
Billie like that.
I'm writing it down.
Okay.
I'm writing it down.
She starts, I would love to know what these dreams mean. I've never had a similar dream to someone else's before, so this is interesting to me. Thanks in advance.
Ooh. Oh, okay.
Okay, so this starts, so it's a kind of a shared dream theme with her fiance. So she starts with her fiance's dream.
Oh my God, this is so fascinating. Okay.
My fiance had a dream a few weeks ago about a possessed teddy bear that looked like an old-fashioned teddy bear, and it was old.
Old-fashioned and old?
I know, right? Those kind of go together, right? It's old-fashioned-y old.
I love the descriptive writing here. Yeah. I'm just saying.
It was alive and was shooting red beads out of its mouth when he pushed the bear's belly.
Okay.
My fiance kept pressing its belly to get the beads to shoot out. Then he became afraid when he realized that the bear was trying to get a bead into his own mouth in order to possess him too.
What? The bear was throwing a bead at the husband's mouth?
He was pushing it in his mouth, yes. Eat this bead and become possessed. And so that wraps up the fiance's dream.
I was going to say, it seems like a fairy tale, like eat this.
A fairy tale gone wrong.
Or something will happen to you. Eat this poison
It's not a poisoned apple. Eat a poisoned red bead.
From a bear's belly.
Well, you push the belly and it shot out of its mouth. So it's like you regurgitated beads.
Regurgitated beads in your mouth.
God, when you put it that way, Brooke, it sounds really gross.
Yeah, it does sound really gross.
All right. Well, then Billie goes on to explain her dream. My dream.
Okay.
Last night, I had a dream that I purchased 3 teddy bears in pieces at the dollar store. If you combined the pieces, then the bear would possess you and make you murder your family.
Why would you buy this?
It's like, does it say is it on the label? Warning,
is it
may
like
cause
a warning?
murder.
Or will most certainly cause murder.
Don't worry. If it's from the dollar store, it's missing some pieces anyways, so you have nothing to worry about.
That's true.
I decided to almost combine the pieces for all 3 toys, but to leave each bear missing a piece so none of them came alive. I mixed up the pieces, however, and completed a bear by mistake.
Damn it!
Billie,
Damn it. Billie,
follow those. I know those instructions suck, but you have to really use a little logic
bear
there.
From IKEA? Is this an IKEA bear? It might be.
It came alive and started to run around. Think Chucky. I was surprised it didn't possess me, but I was home alone. I was in the process of trying to break its neck when the doorbell rang. Ding dong.
Could you be like, excuse me, can you please come back? I'm trying to break this possessed bear's neck. I'm a little busy right now.
My hands are tied around his neck.
Sorry. Come back in 15 minutes. We'll see where we are.
And it's just like Jehovah's Witness or something. Like,
yeah, they probably do come back.
Have you heard the word of God? Damn it. Ma'am, can you stop?
Help me, I want to hear the word of God. Help me.
Is that the bear talking or Billie? I'm not sure.
Both. I don't know. They both want to hear the word of God.
Okay. Well, when I answer I know this is crazy. When I answered the door, it was a couple with their 2 kids. They showed up with white flowers in an attempt to recognize me for my excellence at work.
You got to bring the whole family. Got to bring the whole fam.
Billie, I don't know what line of work you're in, but you're doing a fan-fucking-tabulous job.
You are. You're getting everybody to support you.
I don't know who they were, but they knew me a lot. I asked, How do you know where I live? They answered, because you are famous and live in a mansion.
Oh, Billie Jean.
Get it? It's Billie Jean. We figured it out.
It's Billie Jean. We finally figured out who she is.
But she was at the door, not the other way around. Okay,
right.
So maybe not. Okay. At that moment, the bear went running outside and jumped into the arms of the husband. He thought it was cool and was unaware that it was supposed to be dangerous.
He's like, hugging it. He's like, he's going to stab you in 1 second. Just be prepared.
Just be prepared. I told the bear to go with them, and the bear went running towards their car in the driveway, which had their 2 kids inside.
Problem solved for Billie.
For Billie, not for that family. She says, I knew that bear was going to ensure that whole family was murdered, but I didn't want to deal with the bear myself. I felt guilty, but then let it go. And then I woke up.
Billie, I appreciate your honesty so much.
Right?
I love it.
Honesty, yes. Billie wraps up the email with, back to real life. Oddly enough, I have my childhood teddy bear at the end of my bed in a chest. I have read that children's teddy bears can hold onto energy or something, which is an interesting idea.
It certainly sounds interesting.
It is an interesting idea.
It sure is. Wow.
And we have
Billie,
talked about Lovies before and having things that you hold on to and you're never going to let go of. It's still on your bed. It's still in your closet. But if it's a possessed one, burn it.
Or maybe
drowned
it's
it,
time to
or
get rid of, or send it off with a nice new family with children, with young kids. That's where you send your lovey. Hey, as long as it's out of your home, not your problem.
is that Toy Story 16 with a possessed teddy bear that goes to the family?
Starts getting really dark after Toy Story 4.
Hey, you know, all those kids that watched Toy Story growing up, they're at that age where they need a little, you know, crime and drama and murder in their lives. I think it's Pixar.
They probably don't have enough of that in their life. So yeah,
you know,
Pixar, get on
pick our
it.
brain, Pixar.
Quit creating the happiness and get to reality.
It's called true crime for a reason. All right, well, Billie. First of all, we have to address the fact that how interesting it is that her and her fiance both had a similar dream with teddy bears a couple weeks from each other.
I totally forgot about that part already. Yes.
And they were both possessed.
Crazy.
So that is interesting. Shared dreams.
And she has that real one at the end of her bed, too. Like, so they're both probably, like, staring at it, like, every night being like,
maybe we should get rid of it. Hey, Paddington. Time to Paddington,
take a hike.
But to get into a little bit, the whole theme between the two of them is the teddy bear, right? And teddy bears, any lovey that you have growing up, is a sense of security. It's a sense of, you know, old time memories, past life, and as well as companionship. So this dream, I think, has a lot to do with that. We know that Billie here's engaged and she's moving into a new phase of her life. So is it about a little bit of nostalgia, a little bit of childhood that she's letting go? And it's doing it in kind of like a possessed, scary way. But maybe that's just because it's such a big step in her life. Getting married is a huge thing. So it's manifesting itself in a very
crazy way.
Here's a big moment kind of way. Yeah.
Right? Yes. I get it.
Well, to go to the fiance's dream, the red beads. We talked about red before, and red's one of those colors of strong emotion, no matter whether it be passion or anger or lust. You know, there's a lot of colors red can represent, but it's strong. Whatever it is, it's strong feeling.
Especially when it comes out of the innards of a bear. It makes it even stronger.
And
everyone
can
knows
it be
that.
love in that sense? Can it be like one of these old, you know, he knows that she had this thing growing up, and is it like, well, she loved that bear and now she loves me? You know, things can manifest itself in very weird ways.
Wow, you just blew my mind.
But why? But why beads? A bead by itself means nothing, right? It's
nothing.
It symbolizes nothing, but you put it together with some other beads, you make something beautiful. You can make a relationship, so to say. You can make something beautiful, like a necklace.
A beanbag chair.
So, God. It's not a beanbag chair, Brooke. It's a little more crunchy.
Bag chair.
Market it. TM. A beanbag chair.
TM.
It's really heavy, though.
Oh, yeah. It weighs a lot. Beanbags.
And why are the beads coming out of this teddy bear's mouth?
Right.
Mouths, we've talked about, are a form of communication. And so not only is it coming out of the teddy bear's mouth, but he's force feeding it to the fiance. So what is it about the mouth? What is it about communication in this relationship? Is he supposed to be letting his guard down and taking this love in? Is it accepting that he's worthy of this love and happiness that he has in store for him? I don't know. Is he not communicating it, perhaps, to his fiance?
He's not.
That even like the fact of getting married is a little bit scary. Could it be that?
Billy's just not hearing the words she needs to hear. There's like maybe a miscommunication. They're talking in their own languages right here, and it might just be they're just not on the same page.
Wedding planning is stressful. Trust me, folks. I deal with brides.
I was going to say
pretty much every day of my life.
You deal with brides all the time.
And I love each and every one of my couples, but wedding planning is one of those biggest stressors that you can have in a relationship moving into marriage. So what's going on there with the communication? That's what I'm wondering, Billie.
And does your fiance like your stuffed animal bear?
Ooh, don't even get me started on shit that you want to throw away from your significant other. Don't. Actually,
Okay.
Mark's pretty good about it.
Mm-hmm.
Sidebar. I'm a minimalist when it comes to home decor. I am not someone who I don't hang on to shit. I rather have less junk in my house. Like, just go through it. It's either donate, keep, memory box.
Well, you've got
I don't need to hold
6
on to
kids as well, so you have to be on top of that game. You have to be on top of, we can't keep everything.
We can't. It's time to move on. And
yes. But that is one thing we are kind of opposite, even though we're very similar in many ways as a Virgo. But and I love a good purge, but I do it maybe once a year. Get everything together. I get the closet cleaned out, get everything out. It's gotta be tough, and it adds up pretty quickly.
I can't hold on to every single drawing you've done since kindergarten. I love you.
You're like, honey,
but you know
love
what?
you.
When you turn 25 and get your own place, you're not gonna want it either. So let's just accept that fact.
You're not gonna want it either.
I mean, there are.
That is the most honest thing I think you've ever said, or anyone in the world has ever said.
I mean, it's true. I mean, your parents hold on to shit for you, thinking that, maybe you might want it someday. My mom did the same, and I don't. I don't need my drawings from kindergarten. Right.
It was the same thing a year ago. My mom brought out this tub, and she's like, here's your kindergarten report card. Here's your first grade dance program. Here's
their dance program.
Here, everything. And I'm like, I just realized when you said it, when you're 25, you're not going to want it either. And I'm like, yeah, how about when you're 42? I don't want it.
Right?
Either. But also at the same time, I think about, maybe I do want it. Maybe I will.
Maybe.
And this is a Virgo. Mind.
Right.
Maybe I will need it. Maybe I will use it sometime.
Maybe I do need to know my religion grade from kindergarten. Maybe I need to know I got an E+. Because we didn't have the normal grading system at Catholic school. We had excellent, good, and satisfactory.
E, G, and S.
But actually, it's funny because I'm sitting literally right in front of, I'm in the basement where I record, and I'm sitting right in front of our, a shelf, and everyone has got their own memory box. And so it's not like I'm a complete prude and I throw away everything. So I do put things away.
Just get it out of here. You love it.
But I will put in everyone's memory box. I do keep things, but I'm not going to keep every single piece of artwork.
But you're so sweet and sentimental. I know you would pick the most important and the best things to put in that box.
The ones that look good, right? If it's just a handprint, it's going in trash.
You're like, oops, anyways. I dropped it. The plaster broke. Ooh.
That macaroni necklace, it's still very stale.
Ooh, I accidentally cooked it. Ooh, we ate it the other night. Sorry.
Ew.
The glue was delicious.
The glue. It's like the vine that holds the sauce on it.
Yeah, it's like the starch. Is that right?
Yeah, it's the starch. But now getting into Billie's dream a little bit. So we just wrapped up her fiance's dream, but getting back to Billie's dream, hers starts with the dollar store assembly bears, which, when it's completed, will murder a family.
100% guarantee on that bear too.
And she tried to not assemble it. So is there some hesitation going into this big step of your life? It's I don't know if I'm ready for this. I don't know what's going to happen.
I'm not ready for mass
I'm not
murder.
ready.
I should think about it.
Is she hesitant to leave her childhood home or her childhood behind her? Is she what is she hesitant about? But then the doorbell rings. I mean, while she's strangling the bear that's possessing her, or trying to possess the family. But then the doorbell rings, and that's unexpected.
It was and inconvenient. It was at an inconvenient time.
It's always inconvenient. So did this love of her fiance happen unexpectedly? Was she dealing with things in her life and kind of not really expecting to fall in love? Because that's often when it happens for people, is when they're like, you know what? I'm just going to take a break from dating. I'm not going to deal with this. And that's when things happen.
Yep.
So it's not like she was looking for a solution, but it kind of came along when this family opened the door and the bear was like, hey, new family I can murder.
Like so excited, like, oh, this one has 4 people. This one isn't just one woman.
It's going to be way more fun.
This is an upgrade murder scenario. I just got to get in that dad's arms. I'm going with him.
So the solution kind of presented itself, and she was unaware that it was going to happen. So she's kind of dealing with the situation, and all of a sudden the doorbell rings. Maybe she falls in love. Maybe she's like, oh, here it is all along. It solves a problem.
Solves the problem, all right. It doesn't kill her.
Well, to wrap it up, Billie, I think it's one of those stress dreams, and however this relationship is with your fiance is working itself into your dreams. You're seeing it as a scary, possessed teddy bear, but it doesn't have to be scary, right? It doesn't have to be scary. Taking that big step in a relationship is okay.
Like you said, big step, big commitment, big giving up part of yourself. These are huge things in themselves. So it's like, yeah, it's going to come out in a dream. We don't always know how, but for you, it's a possessed teddy bear, and that's perfectly fine.
And you got rid of it. And your fiance is still alive. So wedding bells. And if you wanted to invite us to the wedding, you can email us. We would love to come. We would love to be invited.
We will look really nice. We won't show up like in jeans.
Thank you, Billie. Thank you. And best of luck to you and your fiance.
Yes. Again, thank you, Billie. We loved your dream and dream story, too. It's not just a dream. You had a little extra with the fiance part. So we want to hear all those juicy little details. Give us your receipts about all your dreams and dream stories. We want to hear if it's a sentence, paragraph, page. We want to hear it all. Send your dreams to remelations@gmail.com, and you might hear your dream next week.
All right. You know what that means, Brooke? It's time for catnaps.
Kitty catnaps. Catnaps.
Do you want to get started?
I do. So I thought I would share when I was in that stage where I was really dreaming kind of a lot. This was in late January. I had this dream, so I thought I'd share it since today. I don't know where all our besties are, but it is a blizzard outside, and hopefully it's the last. We've had some snow and ice. We've had some snow and ice. So I thought I would share this dream that I had back in January, because in the hopes that winter will be ending. At a stoplight, a man tries to squeegee my window. I tell him, no, thank you.
Are you in Chicago? You lived in Chicago. See. I mean, it does happen. Yeah,
it does happen, but I have a question about this one myself. So I tell him, no, thank you. And he does the throat cutting sign, with his finger.
Oh,
across his neck. And there's a car in front of me, so I can't drive away. He breaks my driver's side window open, and I'm screaming, trying to grab my phone from my purse as he's trying to pull me out of the car. Yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy.
This is an awful dream.
It is an awful dream. I find my snow scraper, everyone that lives in our area, my snow scraper.
And for our besties who don't know what a snow scraper is, for all you southwest California
lucky birds out there.
What a snow scraper is it's a contraption you keep in your car that on one end usually has like a plastic blade. I mean, not a sharp blade, but a blade to kind of scrape the ice from your windshield. The other side's usually a brush, so you can brush off the snow. Not everyone might know what it is. Yeah.
That's true. And
You
that's
keep it
what
in
I'm
your
saying.
car.
You keep it in your car.
I only keep mine in my
all
car from like November. I take it out in the summer, but I put it in my back of my car in November through like, well, obviously now March.
It stays in the car for a while. Like, it's never not in my car. Whether I keep it like in the front seat or the trunk depends on what time of year it is.
True, yeah.
But obviously, in this dream, I had it.
Good. Stab him.
God damn you, stupid jerk.
Is that
So
what
anyway.
you said in your dream?
No. Yes, I'm putting that
Okay.
in there right now. I'm just going to edit it. You stupid jerk. So he's trying to pull me out of the car. I find my snow scraper, turn, and start beating him as hard as I can. And then I woke up.
Good.
And
Good.
this one has a picture. I'm trying to describe the throat cutting motion.
And Bessie, if you want to see this, the only way you can see our video is if you're part of our sleepover squad. So if you want to join that, head to remelations.com/support. But let's take a look here at Brooke's picture.
And again, this was a hard one for me because I'm not an artist. And I was trying
like
to depict...
I am.
Right, but I was trying to depict the throat cutting motion that was so visible in my dream.
Okay, so then we've got here a stick figure. One hand's kind of out to the side. You have no hair. You're bald. But then there's like
no hair.
Looks like a knife or something dangerous and an arrow that's symbolizing throat slashing. Okay, got it.
Okay.
Yep.
Would you have gotten this without my explanation?
No way in hell.
I didn't think so. I knew it was a really bad drawing.
But thank you for sharing your dream. That's a stress dream, Brooke. And I know you had a little stress going on in January. So
just
that
a little bit. That was January 28th. So it was the end of January. So that was like peak stress time for my recent life adventures. Do you have a kitty cat nap?
I do. And this also has to do with stabbing. So, well, here we go.
Oh, I think I have another stabbing one too, to tell you
We've got a theme. All right. This dream comes from Roy, and Roy is from Miami.
Ooh.
I had a really scary dream last night that I got stabbed in the stomach by someone that I don't know. After I got stabbed, I woke up in this weird place. I think it was hell. Bummer.
Poor Roy. You went downstairs, Roy. We're sorry about it.
You might want to think about your life choices. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry about that.
I think it was hell, and there were a lot of people there who were very, very thin and looked like they hadn't eaten in a long time. Sounds like hell.
Yeah.
That sounds like hell.
That sounds like hell. I'm like, yeah, this tracks.
Literally. They were chained up in the skies. The place was blood red, blue, and black. It didn't look like Earth. The torture...
Yeah, right. I think you went downstairs because this definitely isn't anything good happening here.
The spirits and demons would torture us by entering our bodies, but I had no idea what they would do. All I know was whenever they entered my body, I would scream really loud because it was painful. And then I woke up.
Ooh.
It was very weird. I've never had a dream like this before. I don't like it.
That's unsettling. I don't like it either. Like, it made me a little uncomfortable just listening to it. Like, it just kind of made me a little nervous.
Some rando stabs Roy and then he gets sent to hell. I don't think that's fair. I think the stabber should go to hell.
We don't know who Roy is as a person, Mindy. Maybe Roy stabbed someone last week.
In someone else's dream or in real life. Either way, perhaps.
Either way, maybe he's the stabber and the stabby. We don't know.
It's a tough line to walk.
It is a very thin line, isn't it? Okay. Yeah. So this is Alex, and she's from Vancouver. And just so you know, because you know I want to know, ALYX.
Ooh, even better. Love
I
it.
know,
Love it.
love it. I had a very large fish tank with 2 small nurse sharks. Well, I don't know. I think that'd have to be a very large fish tank.
They were very,
It's not
very
like-
tiny sharks.
Tiny, like miniature nurse sharks.
Mini,
Like,
yeah. You know, how
like
they
one of
breed
those
them.
Puppies can fit in a cup, like a little baby nurse
Yeah, one of
shark,
those.
you know.
I'm sure it's cute. It can't hurt. It can't bite you that hard if it's just
No, not
just little teeth.
Cute little nurse
No.
shark in your bathtub. Oh, adorable. I was feeding them. Now, you're going to be surprised that I'm sharing this dream, but when I was
Okay.
feeding them, all of a sudden, something huge splashed into the tank and flat killed one of them and seemingly killed the other. So, already I'm a little upset.
Yeah, I'm
but-
surprised you're even reading this one.
I know this one could have gone right in the trash, but it's not because I think it's interesting. I started screaming and
Oh,
pulled the one that wasn't for sure dead out of the water, and it turned into a tiny seal in my
like-
hands.
she's giving like CPR to marine life. She's like 1, 2, 3,
One shark.
1, 2,
And
3,
so
4.
a fish now turns into a mammal based on her obviously
you would
life-saving
know.
skills.
Yeah, okay. Are nurse sharks not like predatory? They're like,
Not really,
I don't know.
but they're around a lot where people snorkel. So every once in a while,
Okay.
there's a little nippy
they get a little
nip, but
hungry, want a little.
It's
little
not
appetizer.
like a major threat to the human population, no.
Got it. Okay.
But whatever killed it was, whatever killed it in that tub
Whatever.
was.
Shamu just jumped on top of it.
So she's got a tiny seal now, which I think is very cute. Like maybe it's a seal in a teacup. I don't know. That's how I picture it.
Of course.
I ran with the seal to my fiance, freaking out, begging for his help. And then I woke up. But not only remembering the dream, but feeling so sure it was real that I had to really think hard about the fact that I've never owned sharks, nor could I magically turn one into a seal.
She wakes up. She's like stretch, runs in the bathroom. She's like, oh, damn it. It was just a dream.
Damn it, are there no shark? Where's my seal? I thought I gave the sharks up for the seal. Where?
Aw.
Thank you,
What do you,
Alex.
what do you think what do you think Alex named such a shark? Seal. I mean, it's got to have, it's a shark, then a seal. Like, what do you think its name
A
was?
shark and a seal.
A shark seal.
Oh, I like it. Well, it's a nurse shark, so I would say Nurse Sunshine, because seals like to just lay out in the
Nurse Sunshine.
That's
the
her.
shark.
That's her baby seal.
I love
Nurse
it.
Sunshine.
Love
Yeah,
it.
Do you have a name?
Well,
I don't think anything's better than Nurse
I'm going with
Sunshine.
no.
but
I don't. I'm out. I'm out. You win. Thank
You
you.
win.
Thank you. That was awesome, Alex.
Thank you, Alex and Nurse Sunshine.
Nurse Sunshine. Well, I've got one here from Danny, and Danny is from San Francisco, California.
Hey.
It's titled.
Oh no, I'm sorry. The look on your face. Okay.
It's titled
ahead.
Fire Safety Carrot. And here it goes. I dreamt I was at work in the kitchen. I'm a chef, and we had a fire safety class. While holding a rather large peeled carrot, the safety officer had said to us all, "This is your safety carrot."
This is your safety carrot.
If you are holding this carrot and it's on fire, then you should exit the building as soon as possible.
Or if it's just your body and the building's on fire, you should exit as soon as possible.
It is one of the only 2 times in my life I've woken up laughing. Yeah, I think a carrot would take a very, very high temperature to kind of start on fire. Like what? I think
Like,
other
unless
things
you've got
might be
an
on fire
accelerant on
first.
It's like, protect the carrot.
It's in
Most
grease.
of all.
It's like just they dip in the fryer in grease and then they hold it, and if it starts on fire, we should all get out.
It's like the Olympic torch.
It's a carrot
It's like
torch.
It's the Olympic torch. It's the carrot
Wait.
torch. You can light it up. Yeah.
Wait, I've got a question for Danny. Danny, was it Carrot Top that was holding carrot?
Did you misinterpret your dream? And was it really Carrot Top and not a carrot?
Hashtag,
because
what does Carrot Top dream?
I know.
It was really just Carrot Top on fire. Damn it.
I mean, please don't kill Carrot Top. We have yet
to
see him.
He is an icon. He is in Vegas, and if I have the chance, I would love to see his show. And Carrot Top. Mr. Top. Mr.
Top.
If you're listening, if you need an opening act, we're a little bit funny. Mostly weird, but a little bit funny. And we would love to open for your show in Vegas. I mean, we could use a residency. I mean, we're at that point of our careers. I think we're
ready.
We could settle in Vegas.
We could. Just give us a jingle. We'll catch you on the jangle. We'll figure out all the deets later.
And we won't let you
Top.
start on fire. Trust us, Mr. Top.
No,
Mr.
that is
Top,
the
sir.
first thing we will not do. So feel safe to reach out.
We will have a fire extinguisher at the ready, just in case.
Now he's going to be scared. He's like, you're telling me you're not going to set me on fire? And now you're saying we have 17 fire extinguishers ready on stage for your
there are premonition dreams, so we just want to cover our bases. We just want to make sure of your safety. Yeah.
Yes. That's our number one priority.
Danny, let us know if you've ever had to exit with a carrot fire.
A carrot fire. Okay, I've got another one.
Please.
This is Carrie, and she's from Park City. I believe it was my birthday, and I had some sort of huge party organized outside of my garden. So I was running around for some reason when I felt like grabbing some birthday cake. Yeah, fair. It's your birthday.
What flavor? Brooke, your favorite flavor cake? What are you picking?
Okay. I'm picking white cake with like a strawberry raspberry filling and a cream cheese icing.
Okay. Yes.
How about you?
Well, I'll go with what our wedding cake was, which was a lemon wedding cake with raspberry ganache inside.
Yes.
Yes. And then as far as frostings go, I don't like the sugary sweet ones. And fondant is like inedible. So I'm going to go with like a
buttercream?
A whipped cream. A whipped cream frosting. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That sounds
lemons
real
and
delish.
raspberries.
You know what's weird? I don't cook, but I do enjoy baking from time to time. And my signature cake that I make is a lemon cake with a raspberry filling. But
now you know what to make me for my birthday.
I made my cake, my like signature cake for my friend. And I bring it over. I'm like halfway over there, and I'm like, oh my God, she's allergic to lemons. Like it just clicked in my head as I was like halfway there. Like I remembered it, and I was like,
who's allergic to lemons?
You met my friend Mika, who lives in the
allergic
Chicago
to lemons?
I know. Like, so, like when you ever ordered a water with lemon, if they gave us the whole table of lemon tree, you'd have to like send it back. And I like made this cake and I felt so bad. I'm like, I made you a cake.
At least you recognized it before she ate it.
And I had to show it too.
Oh, that's an odd allergy. Interesting.
Isn't it? Lemons.
Never knew.
Lemons. Who knew? But raspberry and lemon, I agree. Good combo.
Well, Carrie's got a cake here.
She's got a birthday cake. I ran into the kitchen and my dad was eating my cake. So I asked him for some.
Damn it.
fine. Okay, but it doesn't seem like they sang to her or anything yet. It's just like,
Boo.
Dad's just hungry in the kitchen eating the birthday cake. But for some reason, my dad pushed me to the floor and told me all the cake was for him. My mom confronted my dad, but before she could really start shouting, he proceeded to grab a rather large kitchen knife and stab my mom right between the eyes.
Okay. This party sucks.
We gotta stop. Mindy's got something to say.
This party is awful, and I don't want this for my birthday party. Thank you.
Yeah,
I don't care how many cakes you bring. I don't want to go to this party.
I won't plan this party for you. I promise.
Thank you.
I promise.
But how disturbing. Okay.
Yes, and the knife going all the way through her head. Ouch! Okay. Even though it was a dream, I remember the blood splatter quite vividly. Then I woke up, but in a cold sweat, and I was freaked out for weeks. Carrie, my God.
You think?
I'd be freaked out for weeks too.
Your dad murdered your mom on your birthday?
For birthday cake?
That's the worst birthday ever.
I hope it was like your first birthday and you will never remember it again and it won't ever affect you.
Yikes.
Ouchie,
okay.
ouchie. Well, Carrie, thank you.
This next dream comes from our friend Jacob, and he's from Chicago area.
Jacob!
Yes, our
oh
favorite.
My God, I love you, Jacob.
Medium, tarot reader, best friend ever. Okay,
so
Jacob
my heart is so happy right now, Jacob. I miss you and love you.
This is by far the craziest dream I've ever had. It was after surgery, and I was heavily medicated. I was in my early 20s and staying at my parents' house in my childhood bedroom.
Okay.
In the dream, someone I had recently broken up with snuck into my room and tried attacking me while I was sleeping.
Oh, no. And medicated.
It was terrifying. I know.
Yeah.
And then you can't move. You're not as nimble when you're medicated.
Back. No. You can't fight back. Stop, please.
I was terrified. I woke up drenched in sweat and in a panic. My dreams were very vivid during the recovery period, and they all felt real.
Oh, my God.
But here's the thing. Did he really wake up? Because the next thing he writes is, I went to the bathroom to get some water, and upon returning to my room, I saw something that genuinely terrified me. The wall next to the bed was covered in fingerprints. It was just like the dream. I panicked. I'm not sure if it was a dream or not.
Jacob, you're giving me chills. I've got the chills.
Looking at the fingerprints closer, something seemed off. They couldn't be wiped off the wall. While I was away at college, my dad had been touching up paint throughout the house. They weren't fingerprints. They were just splotches of paint.
I love it. But isn't it funny how your brain can play tricks on you? Like, yeah, you're in your room.
It's like blood on the wall.
Long.
Like bloody flung fingerprints.
Right.
Ugh.
You come home and like your mind, you're like, something's different. Like even the minutia, like the little pieces that he notices on the wall that are like painted over, like something is just like different and you can sense it.
Something's
That's crazy,
off.
Jacob.
Oh, but then like not knowing, like you're just like second guessing yourself. You're like, well, am I really awake? Is that my blood on the wall? Is that my bloody finger? I don't know what's going on.
Should I go to the bathroom and like check myself for wounds?
Yes. And then he's like, damn it, Dad. Damn it.
You did this.
Use tape. Use blue painter's tape. Be a little more careful where you splotch your paint because it's giving me fucking nightmares.
And don't splotch your blood if that's the case either. Just use paint.
Just use
only.
straight paint.
Please. Please.
Well, thank you, Jacob, friend, for sending that in.
Yay yay and triple yay.
And thank you for everyone sending in your dreams. And it's funny because a lot of our dreams that we get submitted say, and then I woke up as they finish. And you know what? We have merch that says, and then I woke up. And if you want some cool merch, and buy some cool Remelations merch and look cool.
Super cute. Everyone's going to ask you about it. Yeah, get your Sweet Dreams Bitches shirt. Get your And Then I Woke Up sweatshirt, and you'll be looking fine all year long.
Everyone's going to be jealous. So if you want some cool swag, you can head to remelations.com/support. You can buy merch. You can join our sleepover squad. You can submit a dream. If there's any way you want to support us, that's how you can do it. remelations.com/support.
Yay, yay, yay. So, Mindy, last week we talked a little bit about how we both had little blankies growing up. You know, like I had my good blankie and my yuck blankie, and you had a blankie, and I'm sure your kids
the kids had blankies. Even our dreamer Billie tonight has a teddy bear. Yes,
we don't want that kind of teddy bear, but yes, teddy bears are good. But these are basically, items we both grew up with to help comfort us as we fall asleep. Whether it's a lovey or a binky or a boopy or a blankie, they're all the same thing.
They all have different names, which I think is interesting.
They do.
My brother-in-law called his Whoopee.
Whoopee. Okay, well, that reminds me of the movie Mr. Mom, because they called his blankie Whoopee.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's lots of different names. I mean, any name imaginable.
Oh, my oldest daughter has a purple bunny that's Bun Bun. So we have a Bun Bun, you have a Whoopee, blankie.
A Bun Bun.
Yeah, all different names.
All different names, and they don't have to make sense. It doesn't make sense.
Whatever.
The child at a young age chooses this comfort object and then names it, and it could be nonsensical, but yeah. So whatever you called it, or whatever your kid calls it, whether it's a stuffed toy, a blanket, or a toy in general, it's all for the purpose of comfort. So comfort items, they're also known as comfort objects, can be very useful in helping little ones settle and go from waking to sleeping. It's all about transition with these objects. They can also help babies and toddlers feel more secure when they're away from mom and dad. And like I just said, that's why they're known as transitional objects. They help your child transition from one state to another, whether it's waking to sleeping, or you're there or you're not around. And they provide feelings of comfort and security when a baby or toddler is away from the people or surroundings that they know best. So it makes sense. Yeah. It's a coping mechanism.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, because when you're that little, so much of it is physical touch, physical nurturing. And so it makes sense that it would be something tactile for them to hold on to.
You need something to comfort. Yeah, no, it makes total sense. Because these comforts help your child feel safe, calm, and happy, they say you shouldn't discourage them, which I know there was lots of research back and forth. I'm sure you can find research that agrees with it, disagrees with it. But discouraging it, no matter how worn and grubby they look, and we've all seen those worn and grubby blankies in animals, they're actually a sign that your child is developing skills to help them cope with their independence. Which I never thought of before, because it's like most babies and toddlers will choose their own comfort item around 6 months.
Oh, really? That young?
That young, yes.
Wow, okay.
They tend to choose something with a soft texture and a familiar smell, such as a favorite toy, a blanket, or even a piece of clothing, which makes total sense. You know, just having something with a smell on it can really.
And when you wash those Lovies, those blankies, they need to be washed every now and then. They all have blankets. And some of them had more than one. But you have to wash them because they get dirty from, eating
I know.
applesauce next to it. Or
it's that It's that balance between tricking them between their sight and smell, because they're like, it looks the same, but it doesn't smell the same.
You gotta
But like
wash
that's
it.
what they say. Just always have a spare. Always have a spare.
Oh.
Even with my cats, only one of them really plays with toys, but I do have spares with the ones that actually work.
But it's hard because sometimes you won't know that's the one they attach to.
That's very true.
So for my oldest, she had the bun. She had this purple bunny that was bought by an aunt at Easter time because she was born in March. So it was like a Hallmark Easter thing that she got it. So a bun. And it had like a little rainbow bow tie. It was cute. But then she didn't get attached to it until a year later. Like she was probably like 9 to 12 months old. And by that time, I went to go find another bun because she had 1,000 stuffed animals. So why was it this one that she liked so much? I went as far as contacting the manufacturer of the bun. Oh, I did, because I got the manufacturer lot number off the tag.
From similar moms that are like, I need 3 more buns.
Because it was bought in a Hallmark in Texas. I'm like, I have to track down this bun. They're like, it's seasonal. We don't know that we'll ever make it again. I'm like, no. And so sometimes you don't know, you can't get the second, the backup. Yeah. So for the twins, I was lucky. On their first birthday, they both got this stuffed monkey that was holding on to this yellow blanket that was shaped like a banana. Strange enough.
Of course.
So there was 2 of them, one for the twin A, one for twin B. And twin A, the firstborn, that was her thing. She loved that yellow blanket, the yellow banana blanket. And so she took hers, and not only did she took hers, she also took her twins, she took her sisters. So there was a natural backup. Luckily.
Oh my God. And now, the other twin was fine without having the banana blankie.
She actually went for an old blankie that the firstborn had. Like my oldest was a blanket that she just used and never got attached to. And so it's funny how it works.
How it works. Like you're like, my baby's going to love this blanket, but it turns out, no, it's not that baby. It's going to be
not that one
baby. But
yep.
One of your babies is going to love it.
You just have to buy 2 of everything's of everything's.
Everything's of everything.
Because you never know what it is.
I was doing some research and Mindy, of course, can put the links in the show notes, but different articles here. One said kids who alternate between various lovies may associate different lovies with different situations. So one to bring to the park, and another for evenings, for instance, or the number of lovies kids use often dwindles to 1 or 2 items eventually.
Yeah, sure.
So I'm sure they are like, oh, we love everything. And then the favorite obviously becomes very clear.
Mm-hmm.
It's also likely, though, that your child will find different ways to self-soothe in different phases of life. So a child turning to a comfort object isn't so different from when we as adults maybe take a drink or take out our phones if we're bored or feel socially awkward.
Yeah.
But blankets, as Mindy and I are both very fond of, and we both have very specific blanket sleeping methods, but blankets, as you cuddle under a blanket, your serotonin and melatonin levels increase. So these chemicals help us relax and kind of calm down and eventually get some sleep. So it makes sense. And then there's the weighted blankets, of course, which, are a whole different game changer.
Wonderful, yeah.
But for comfort, basically, babies are born wanting to be held close. They spend months cuddled and swayed and knowing someone will help soothe their needs. And this helps them build feelings of secure attachment to a parent and confidence to go out into the world. Which
makes sense.
Does make sense, yep. But this effect starts to reverse as children get older. So the same studies show that teens who still hold strong attachments to a transitional object have poorer mental health. And
Really?
while there's nothing wrong with keeping a comfort blanket or lovey for the fond memories it brings, still their emphasis is still needing it
Sure.
on a day-to-day basis as like a teenager or an adult could be a sign of something is wrong. Yeah.
So it's like if you are having a sleepover at a friend's house as a 17-year-old, do you need to bring that comfort item? Or is it, it's in my bed at home and it's there, it's good, and I enjoy having it in my home versus having to bring it? That makes sense.
Like they said, it's kind of the difference of want versus need, or having it versus actually needing it. That's the deciding factor. It's like you can still want it and appreciate it, but you shouldn't need it at that point
to soothe yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
So overall, basically, transitional objects make children kind of feel good and help them manage new experiences, which is what they have to go through in life. They can help them relax and go to sleep. They're companions also to kids. You know, they can talk to, sleep alongside, share experiences with
wrap up and pet in it, you know, like dress up your little cat or your dog in your blankie. That's been done in our house.
I bet it has been. They also provide reassurance when children are separated from their parents at bedtime or during the day at childcare. And they provide comfort when children are frightened, you know, or upset, and maybe like in the middle of the night after a nightmare or what have you. But they help kids feel secure in unfamiliar environments. And that's by providing a link between a new situation and then the comfort of home. And I think that's really interesting. Yeah.
It is, because it's something that's very common. It's what we're used to, and especially as me as a mom. Like, I had my blankie growing up, and then I gave it to my oldest daughter when she was born. And I was like, as at that point, I was like a transition. I grew out of it, I guess. I'm like, here you.
That was your transitional moment.
It was my I guess I was like 22 when I had her, so I was ready to let it go, I guess. But it's something that is so familiar, and I'm curious in other cultures. Is it the same? So for our besties who are perhaps international, do you have the same kind of traditions of having lovies? You know, I know, speaking of which, and let me just take a sidebar here, because I was checking our stats today. We have had a lot of uptick in international listeners. So I just wanted to give a shout out to, of course, real quick, all of our friends from Australia, because we love all of our Aussie besties. We've got some listeners in France.
Bonjour.
We have some bonjour. Canada. We always have our friends in Canada, the UK. We have besties in Grenada, Singapore, which is amazing.
Ooh.
So in those countries, especially like Grenada and Singapore, do you experience the same thing? Do you have those culturally where you grow up and you have something that you're attached to as like a comfort item? I would love to know.
And I did read briefly through some of my research that it is very different culturally. Like the U.S. is very different with their lovies. I didn't get into a deep dive of that. So, yes, we want to definitely hear from our international besties. But it's like just cultures with, methods of, do you let your baby cry itself to sleep, or do you keep the baby in bed with you? It varies so much throughout different cultures that it was just really fascinating to kind of look into and see what kind of lovies they use, don't use, and what have you. So definitely let us know.
Thank you for sharing the topic. I think that was an awesome one to share. Yeah, that was really great. Thank you for sharing all that information. It's something that's part of our lives, but we don't often think about the reasons behind it. And I think that's really eye-opening.
Right. Yeah, I thought it was very fascinating. What did you do this week, Mindy?
I've been putting... So my whole week has been putting together furniture.
Oh, I hate that. I'm so sorry.
All new bed frames.
It's going to be worth it when it's done, but it sucks putting all that shit together.
It does. And I don't mind doing it because I like following instructions. I like I like the challenge of putting together furniture. I'm weird like that. I don't know what's wrong with me. But I've just been like listening to podcasts and putting furniture together for hours on end. So that's my week.
Well, you know what? At least you've got that going, because you know what? At least you do enjoy it once you get into it. It's just so tedious. It's so time consuming. And whether you love what you're listening to or not. And that can make the total difference whether you're enjoying the activity.
I got my favorite podcasts I listen to. Yeah. And, which by the way, Sunday was spring forward for like the time change, which fuck you for this having to do this. Because it's always hell in our house because we had to wake up. We wake up early. We wake up at like 5:30, so it really felt like 4:30. But do you know what? Do you know what?
Yeah.
We just missed it. I'm sorry. This should have been in last week's episode, but Monday, if you didn't know, was National Nap Day.
Oh, I wish I had known. I would have napped the fuck out of that day.
Because it's the day after the time goes forward, so it's like it perfectly makes sense. It came up in my feed. I was like, oh yeah, it's a day you need a nap. It's a day you need a nap.
When are we gonna finally get rid of that shit? I thought we were so close this year to getting rid of
with legislation.
Time. Yeah, but when's that gonna happen? Because like I said,
not soon enough.
It's 1 hour. They don't do it in Arizona or part of Indiana, so it's like we can get by without it. What's the point? It just fucks everyone up. It's like
more energy efficient.
Let's get a laugh 2 times a year. Let's get a good laugh at people.
Going back to our international besties, do you guys do time changes? I'm curious because I don't know.
I don't know.
So Aussie besties, UK besties, do you guys do a time change halfway through the year? Or is it just our fucked up country? Don't know.
Probably us. We're pretty fucked up.
Hopefully next year we don't do this.
Next year we will not be making this announcement, hopefully.
Now, you had a very exciting week, I believe, right? You started a new job.
I started my new job. So I am loving it so far. It's going to be very challenging, but very rewarding at the same time.
Yes.
I'm working with adults with special needs and doing like a day activity care center for them. So they have a day program. Yay. So day one, I'm at my new job and it's just after lunch and I hear, Brooke, come up to the stage. They have a little stage where they have, like piano. Well, piano players come in and will entertain like they do all kinds of different things, games.
On your first day, you're like,
on my first day. Well,
stage?
He's like, let's all welcome Brooke. And I'm like cleaning up after lunch. So I'm like, oh, okay. So I walk up there and he's like, okay, everyone, ask Brooke whatever you want. And I'm like, oh, no.
What?
Like, what? I don't know these people. I don't know what's going to come out. But I guess
it could be anything.
The day, they're like, there's a woman who they said, oh, if she were here today, you would have been up here for an hour because she would have just had questions nonstop for you. But like some of my favorites were, are you still in high school? And I'm like, oh, God bless you.
Bless your soul. Yes.
No. Right.
25 years ago.
20, yeah. And then one guy just got up and went, I think you're cute. And then like sat back down. And I'm like, oh,
cute.
Sweet. But then once somebody asked, like, what's your favorite movie? What's your favorite song?
Oh, wow.
And for a favorite song, I'm like, geez, favorite song. And I was like, okay, well, I think it would probably be Don't Look Back in Anger by Oasis. I was just being honest. I knew they probably would have no idea who that was. You there's all different age ranges. And so then the owner who has the microphone goes, all right, let's look this up. Brooke's going to sing Don't Look Back in Anger karaoke for us.
No.
And I was like,
what?
Okay. Oh. And he goes, well, you don't have to. And I'm like,
wait, you kind of put me on the stage, technically.
No, I'll do it. And it's my first day. Like, I don't want to be
and we do like karaoke. Don't get us wrong. But
not
Expected karaoke is something different.
And sober karaoke is
Sober
different.
karaoke.
And solo karaoke is different. So being alone and sober, which are two things I've never done associated with karaoke. So he starts the song and I just start singing. And I'm like, it's not going to sound good, but I'm going to go for it. And then he made some kind of joke like, you're the only one that ever actually said yes. Like, I thought it was really funny. Like, he's like, yeah, we're trying to get everyone up here on their first day. And everyone's like, no. And I'm like.
But that's you.
Yeah,
that's
sure,
you.
I'll
You're
do
just
it.
like, might as well go for it. Why not? What do you have to lose? Did you get any applause, I hope, after your...
I don't think so. It was not a hit. But I will, I think I will give it another shot someday with maybe a more like crowd-friendly song.
Pop
because,
song.
like I said,
No
one knew what the fuck I was singing. It was my favorite song.
Bring out like Elvis or something and you probably
some classics,
get some claps.
Right?
Yeah, you gotta go classics.
Classics.
Like Rolling on the River. You gotta do some Tina Turner or something like something everyone knows.
Oh my God. Yes. Now I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do Proud Mary. And I'm like, and I'm gonna bring my friend Mindy in, and you can come in from the side.
I'm coming. That's right.
A good job
we gotta do the dance.
In the city.
That is one song I can sing on karaoke, and I can do the dance. I've never
done it, but I would sing that. Let me put it in my phone. Maybe I'll sing that tomorrow.
There you go. And I bet you will get more claps for that.
He did seem excited because there's only two guys that work there besides him. He and his wife are the owners. And they'll get up there and do karaoke, but I guess no one else ever really does. So when I got up there, he's like, yeah, we got another karaoke. I'm like, yeah, let me do karaoke. I'll do karaoke. Sure. I'll dance.
Whatever you guys want to do.
Let me do that.
Fun. Oh, that sounds like a great start. Oh my God, what a fun job. What a fun and rewarding job.
Yeah, so far so good. So thank you everyone that's helped me along this far. And thanks for asking,
Awesome.
Mindy.
Yeah, of course. I'm so happy to see you happy.
Yeah, I am.
Oh, Brooke, this has been, it's been a hot minute. But I have some pod news.
Pod news, yeah, it has been a hot minute. Let's hear it.
It's been a hot minute.
Let's hear it.
But you're going to flip your lid. And I have not shared this with you. You had a busy week, I know. And so I was waiting to share this on the podcast. We had our first ever hashtag celebrity response.
What? Let me back up because Mindy's going to hate this audio. What?
So
who? I'm sorry.
So I posted. I know. I am too. Blows my mind.
I'm sorry. I'm so excited.
So back on episode 71, I was talking about a reality TV show called Shattered, where contestants had to stay awake as long as possible to win a prize pool of money. So the winner, Claire Farah, responded to my Instagram tag.
Oh, what did she say?
So she responds, first of all, hey, give me a nudge. I'll happily hop on the show to answer any of your questions. So, bestie, if you want to hear any more from Farah about her experience on Shattered, let us know. We can see if we can set up an interview with her. She's happy to jump on. And she also said,
God, I don't care if Bestie's interested or not. We're having her on the show.
Brooke's like, I want to know. So to answer our question, she says, my dreams are a bit weird. Still sleep, walk, and talk. Even ended up on the other side of the campsite once in France with a bunch of Americans cheering, yeah, it's that girl again.
So she's done it more than once. They're like, here she comes, that sleepwalking girl.
That's what hashtag, that's what Claire Farah dreams.
Oh my
That's our first reverse hashtag.
Yay!
I know. How crazy is that? We did
And
it.
oh my
Now,
God, I look
amazing.
forward to actually reaching out more and talking to her because
I want to
Claire,
know
thank you.
this whole experience.
I want to know everything. We have. Let us know your questions. We'll get Claire on the show and we'll have her open up. Tell us everything. I'm so excited.
So that wraps up pod news. Good pod news today.
Well, that is good pod news. It wraps it up, but holy shit, was it good?
Our first ever hashtag response. Yeah,
I'll get
I know.
a shimmy for that.
Shimmy, shimmy. We're both shimmying. We're both doing shimmies. That's right. It deserves a double shimmy.
This one deserves a double shimmy. Wow.
Yeah.
Claire, thank you.
Okay. Well, bestie, with all that excitement, it wraps up another show.
Oh my goodness.
But we need you to do one favor for us. If you just laughed a little, if you shimmied with us at the end, we need you to do us a favor, and that's to tell your best friend about the show. Tell them about the podcast. Tell them to listen, damn it. You can tell
just
your
listen,
best,
damn it.
Tell your best friend. Tell your fiance. Tell your favorite carrot fire ranger safety man at your restaurant.
Carrot Ranger safety man.
Or tell that rando that wants to stab you after cleaning your windows about the show. Maybe don't tell him. But just tell anyone you can. That's how we grow. That's how we get more listeners and keep coming back each and every week to share more and more dreams. So do us that favor, and we love you forever.
Much love. Mwah. Billie, thank you so much for your dream. That was a wild ride. That was a little crazy. Cray. And thank you to all of our catnap submissions. We love hearing from you. Thank you so much for supporting the show and submitting your catnaps as well.
Bestie, that wraps up another amazing episode. Hope you caught up on your sleep from the spring ahead if you do that stuff like we do here. And I just want you to grab your comfort object, tuck in.
Yes.
Time for bed. Because until next week,
sweet dreams, bitches. That was a good one, Mindy. Good job.
That was pretty funny.